Hello everyone, I'm Luis and welcome to America Reads Fun Learning Activities. Our activities focus on different topics such as science, history, health, and even arts. Now, this week we're going to learn about Earth Week. So, it is very important since April 22nd will be Earth Day. Now, let's figure out what we're going to learn specifically today by the vocabulary words we're going to have. So, we're going to have 4 different vocabulary terms. Now, number 1, Earth. Earth is basically the planet we live in. So this is Earth. That's basically what Earth looks like in space. Now leaves. Leaves is a plant organ. It makes food by photosynthesis. That's why we need the sun in order for plants to create food for animals or even us. Now, dirt is basically just soil. And another synonym for dirt is earth. So you could use dirt, soil, earth. Those are all synonyms in order to define that. Now, farm. Farm is a piece of land to grow either plants or animals. It could be anything with animals. I know a lot of farmers create animals, or you could also be considered as a farmer if you grow plants. So, did you guys figure out what we're going to learn today? That's right, we're going to learn about leaves and farming. So, it is important for us to learn these vocabulary terms in order to know the activities that we're going to do today. So, now let's go to Rachel, who is going to make amazing activities by using leaves and making them very colorful. So, we'll go to her.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first activity where we will be doing a leaf rubbing activity. For this activity, you will need either colored pencils, crayons, or oil pastels. You will also need 2 sheets of plain white paper. Then we need to gather things from nature, such as leaves, flowers, or other plants. And all of these will be used for our activity, which will look something like this. Now, when you get the chance to go outside to gather your materials, it can be helpful to bring a bag along with you to hold the items that you find along the way. Now, let's go on a little nature adventure together to find some things for our activity. And we're off!
So now, let's begin on our walking adventure. And first up, we have a Palo Verde tree in full bloom with these beautiful yellow flowers. Let's continue on and see what else we can find. As you explore around outside, you might find things you never thought you'd find, like this pool of water with fish in it. You might also be exploring and find some really cool flowers. These are called lantanas. And here we have sunflowers. And here, surprisingly in the Arizona desert, is some really tall palm trees. You also might find some cool birds, like this European starling. And if you look in some areas that have shade, you might find more wildflowers, like these Mexican poppies.
And we are back from our nature adventure. How did you do? Did you find lots of cool things outside? You did? Amazing job! Now, what are we gonna do with all these things that we found? Well, first up, we need to grab our 2 plain white pieces of paper. You're going to put one of them on a hard surface, such as a table. And then you're going to start to arrange the items that you found on your paper. For me, for this example, I'm just going to show one leaf so that you can see how it looks. However, you can arrange the items that you found however you would like onto your paper. Next, you're going to put the plain white paper right on top of the other paper. and try and make everything as flat as you can by pushing down gently over the items. Let me know when you are done. All done? Awesome! And if you need more time, you can always pause this video. Next, we need to pick our colors that we want to color over the pieces of nature that we put under this paper. So for me, I'm feeling like coloring blue. And we're just going to gently color over up and down over the leaf or flower that's under this paper. It can be helpful to hold down the paper with your hand as you color. So we'll kind of just color up and down over the leaf. And as you color, you might notice that the leaves have little veins that go through the leaf. These veins carry water and nutrients all throughout the plant. All right, I have officially colored over one leaf. Let me show you up close what this looks like. So here we have the leaf that we colored over. We can see little veins going throughout the leaf, and we can see the outline of the leaf. Can you show me what yours look like? Wow, that's amazing! Really cool. Another thing you can do is you can take the same leaf or plant that you started with and move it to another spot on your paper to then color over. So I could move the leaf here, to the corner, to the other corner. You could spin it around. You could try flipping it over to see if you get a slightly different pattern. You could try lots of things. You can also use whatever colors you would like. You could use purple. You could use orange. Whatever color you'd like, and make this as creative as you would want it to be. Now, amazing job, everyone. Have fun with this activity. And now on to Ramon for his amazing activity.
Hey everyone, it's Ramon, and for today's activity, I'm going to be showing you how to make a live ant farm with, yes, live ants. And it's going to look a little something like this. So for this activity, you're going to need a few different materials, starting with a small clear container. In this case, I chose one with a lid that also has holes on top, just to make sure the ants get enough air to breathe. Our next material is some tape. Now this tape is just used as an extra safety precaution to put on top of the lid with the holes, just to make sure the holes aren't too big for the ants to get out. Our next material is going to be their source of food. In this case, I chose a granola bar, but some small oats or even small bits of any food work as well. Our next material is going to be water. Now, ants need water to live as well, so be sure to have some on you. Our next material is simply dirt. Now, the dirt you want is going to be sandy-like material, so it's small grain and not too big like rocks for the ants to actually be able to move around in and to carve in as well. And of course, you need ants, and that is what we are doing next. I'm going to show you how to look for some ants around you if you don't have some already. Alright guys, now it is time to prepare to look for the ants. So what you're gonna do is get your clear container, and if needed, if the holes are too big like mine, then you're gonna get your clear tape and just put some clear tape on top of the holes of your lid container. We're doing this so when we're ready to catch the ants, they don't get out. Now, we have two different strategies we could take. So we could either look for an ant hole and scoop up the soil while scooping up the ants, or we could set a little bait trap. And I think that's what I'm gonna do today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a piece of this granola bar and put it on an ant hole, and hopefully we'll be able to catch some ants that way. Now, some special things to keep in mind is, of course, safety. You don't want to be bit by the wrong type of ant, so be sure to be on the lookout for any fire ants or potentially any ants that might bite you. Be sure to get adult supervision at all times just for your safety. So, let's get looking for some ants. Alright, so now that we set up our container with lid to be able to collect the ants, let's get right into it. So I've gone ahead with the bait idea and placed a little bit of granola on top of the ant hole. So at this point, all we have to do is simply collect the dirt and the food and the ants at the same time. This is a very time-effective method that I like to implement. So I like to reiterate to please have an adult do this part, or at least be under adult supervision for your safety. So let's get right into it. Let's see. Ooh, we got a couple right here. Scoop them in like that. Okay. Now, the next part that we have to do is put a little bit of water in to, of course, keep them hydrated. So I'll do that right now. I'm going to use the top of this water bottle just to make sure I don't add too much water. So I'll put a little bit in. I'll put just a little bit of more food just to give them a little bit of extra power. Just put your lid back on it. And there you go. You have your very own ant farm. Here is some close-up footage of the ant farm in action. Here, you'll be able to see the ants moving around and learning about their new environment. They're either making new tunnel systems to make their way around, or grabbing a quick snack up top. A few things to keep in mind is to store this container in a cool and dry environment, avoiding direct sunlight because they particularly don't like the heat. This has been the ant farm activity, and I really hope you enjoyed this activity. Now, we'll go on to Luis.
Thank you, Ramon, for that amazing activity on making your own farm. Now, let's talk about Earth Day. Now, Earth Day is celebrated on April 22nd, which is an important date in order to show awareness about helping Earth and cleaning our environment and talking about the environment on Earth. Now, Earth is our home. We love Earth because it's the only place that has a lot of living things in our solar system. There are other there's a lot of habitable places around space, but Earth is the only one that we live in. So it is important for us to be aware of like the different environments, climate change, and we need to help that. So whenever you want to help Earth, when you see trash laying around, pick it up, throw it away. Or when you see running water, turn it off. Or when you see a room that has a light on and no one's using it, turn it off. There's so many ways in order to help our own planet, which is Earth. So every day should be considered Earth Day because we live on Earth every day. We all live on Earth. This is our home and our only home that we have. So it is important for us to take care of it and recycle and do anything in order to help Earth because it is really important before it's too late. So thank you guys for joining me today. We hope you come back and learn some more. Please like and subscribe to our channel to learn when our videos be uploaded, and we'll see you all next time.